Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. For our Dharma lesson, we're reading Everything We Do Matters by the Venerable Wuling, and today we're beginning at Chapter 8, Transforming Greed and Anger, the destructive emotions of greed and anger. As human beings, we are subject to many negative habits, the most serious and detrimental of which are greed and anger. These stem from our emotional attachments to the concept of having an individual and permanent self, and to our lack of understanding about our true place in the universe and our relationships with all those who inhabit the universe with us. Greed, or craving, arises from the mistaken idea that we can obtain and hold on to possessions, to ideas, and even to other people. Craving arises from selfishness, from the misconception that our bodies are who we are. But if we try to pinpoint where I actually exists in our bodies, we cannot do so. I cannot be found in the heart, in the head, or anywhere else in the body. Every body is simply a combination of different parts, 2 arms, 2 legs, many different organs, including the brain and the heart, but none of them is I. Not yet understanding this, we not only do everything we can to protect this body, but we also go to lengths to protect our possessions as well. We even believe in the need to defend our ideas, feeling threatened whenever someone disagrees with us. The reality is that this body will only exist for a short time, and that our possessions will be ours for an even briefer time, for we will take nothing with us at the end of this life. We know this reality all too well, but we still try to hold on dearly to whatever we have. If you feel that this does not apply to you, please think of one of your most treasured possessions. Now, imagine giving away that treasured possession. How would you feel? If you're like most people, you will find it very discomforting to think of no longer having such a valued possession. This is a form of craving, as we desire to keep the things that we have and also acquire additional or new possessions. We convince ourselves that such possessions, even in the form of people and ideas, can make us happy. But after we have acquired something new or obtained more of something we already have, we so often find ourselves wishing for another new object, or perhaps for much more of what we just obtained. This is, unfortunately, human nature. Even young children demonstrate this as they do whatever is necessary. For example, to convince the child with them to buy a new toy. Later, often in a matter of hours, the child loses interest and wants another new plaything. We do the same thing. Our toys are just larger and more expensive, but the principle is the same. Old or young, we're rarely satisfied and are instead often disappointed and thus often unhappy. We will never find lasting and genuine happiness through possessions, but will instead remain forever discontented. Not yet realizing this, we still feel that it is perfectly natural to want more and to accumulate more. We are even envious of others, and maybe secretly hope to impress others with what we have. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Namo Adida Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.